A man became a black uncle's bride to save his nephew, but when the nephew grew up, he turned on him instead. But the story begins with the Lee family's execution. Only an uncle and nephew managed to escape. Don't worry. Your uncle will protect you. The cold wind cut through them as snow. My feet are so cold. How much longer do we have? Why can't we go home? I miss Mom and Dad. His uncle touched his head gently. We can't go back. Let me hold you. Hang in there a bit longer. I can warm up once we reach the estate. After a difficult journey, his uncle knocked on the estate's door. The weather was freezing. He asked the owner for shelter for the night. A bearded man opened the door. He just looked at the handsome uncle. He agreed without asking questions. His uncle couldn't believe. Pardon the intrusion then. I'll come in. The man led them to a storage room. He told his uncle to clean it up and pay him later. But his uncle had no money. He asked if he could work instead. The man grinned. Physical labor work. No rush on the bummy. I need to check on other guests first. Just take care of the kid. His uncle thanked him again. He said he'd remember this kind. The nephew was burning up with fever. He kept mumbling about missing his father. His uncle told him to sleep. They had a long journey at tomorrow. His uncle's gut told him something. This place wasn't safe. The nephew was badly. His uncle wanted to ask the owner for medicine, but he overheard soldiers questioning the man. They asked if he'd seen a trader's son and brother. He didn't know what the man said. The soldiers found no leads and left, but they gave the man a portrait. With a beautiful person in it was his uncle. His uncle almost cried out in fear. He rushed back to the storage. He woke his nephew. They had to leave now. His uncle didn't care about the fever. He tried to escape the estate, but the man blocked their way. Where are you going this late? His uncle immediately drew his sword. He warned the man to back off, but the man pulled out his uncle's portrait. I'm guessing you saw this. Then he tore it up in front of him. Just make a deal with me. I promise I won't write you out. His uncle asked what kind of deal. The man said it was too cold to talk outside. I already got medicine for the kid. If you run tonight, he'll die for sure. The man pulled out a written contract. He handed it to his uncle to read carefully. But his uncle was confused. These were rules for a wife. The man became the bearded man's place, all because he was the nephew's uncle. His uncle received the wife rules. He didn't understand why the man gave them to him. His nephew asked what was wrong. His uncle said it was not. The nephew didn't quite believe him, but his uncle assured him he'd handle everything. Late that night, his uncle found the man. He wanted to know what he meant. The man said he'd never marry. He just wanted a good wife. His uncle told him to cut the nonsense. I'm asking about the deal. The man replied that the deal was him. I'm risking my life to save a trader's family. I should get something in return. And I gotta say, you nobles are gorgeous. His uncle grabbed the man's. Keep teasing me and I won't be nice. But the man wasn't scared at all. Didn't you read the contract? How can you be a good wife like this? The authorities are hunting you everywhere. If they catch you, you'll be executed. But my place is in the middle of nowhere. If you're willing to lower yourself, he won't die by the sword. Think about what happens to your nephew. I'm your best. It's up to you to grab this chance. Come find me if you change your mind. Put on the clothes I prepared. After the song, his uncle returned to the storage. His nephew asked how much longer they'd stay. His uncle asked why he was asking. His nephew said the cold would freeze his hands and feet. Then he started coughing out. Suddenly he passed out. His uncle didn't know what to do. He remembered what the man said. He finally closed his eye. He put on the clothes and went to find the man. It's cold outside. His uncle wanted the man to get a doctor for his nephew, but the man told him to lift the skirt first. His uncle's face turned red as the man didn't expect such beautiful skin as smooth as porcelain. Even a sweet scent. The man was thrilled. He asked if his uncle could be a good wife. His uncle nodded. For their future happiness together. The man gave him a small gift. Afterward, his uncle returned to his nephew. His nephew was crying from cold and his uncle swore to protect him no matter what. While playing hide and seek with his nephew, his uncle was grabbed by the man and couldn't make a sound. His uncle had been controlled his whole life. His uncle was worth less than rice. His birth parents sold him cheap. The Lee family's only son was born sick. The family head bought his uncle to be a substitute. 15 years passed. Yijin's condition worsened. The family head blamed his uncle for everything. I bought you and you're completely useless. His uncle apologized humbly. But Yijin told the family head not to blame his uncle. This has nothing to do with my brother. Xiongzhang, how can you say? But his uncle didn't want Yijin to continue. Otherwise he'd be completely useless in this house. Later his uncle became a warrior in place of Yijin and left. He was glad to finally be useful. But the Lee family became traitorous. His uncle wanted to take Yijin with him, but his brother was too weak. I can never repay what I owe you. Just please take care of my child. I'm truly happy to be your brother. In that moment his uncle finally understood. He'd been jealous of his brother all along, but seeing his brother's severed head made him ashamed. His uncle tried to protect his neck. Suddenly his uncle woke up. He heard his nephew looking for him. As soon as nephew found his uncle said he was looking for him too. No studying tonight. Let's play hide and seek. His nephew was thrilled. He couldn't wait to play. But his uncle told him to wait outside. His uncle asked the man what he wanted. You said you wouldn't involve the kid. The man told his uncle to shut up. I'll do whatever I want. You still don't get your situation. Come with me. I'll show you something fun. His nephew started the game looking for his uncle. His uncle was in the man's eye. He didn't dare make a sound. His uncle was in the man's arms, not daring to speak. His nephew looked around for his uncle. His uncle begged the man to send his nephew back. But the man pulled out a bell for his uncle. He'd let his uncle go if it stayed quiet. But his uncle still made noise. His nephew followed the sound. He called out happily, I'm coming. His uncle covered his mouth tightly in fear. But his smart nephew still found him. Now it was his uncle's turn to be the seeker. But the man appeared instead. He told his nephew his uncle was hurt and rested. He invited him to play in his room. But his nephew turned and left. The man kept his promise. Now it was his uncle's turn. 10 years flew by. His nephew grew in charge. His uncle asked if he was going to town again. His nephew asked back if his uncle was going to
His uncle had a headache and didn't
but his nephew insisted. My father gave his life to put me in, but you mess around with that man every day. You even stopped teaching me swordplay. Do you want me to be a coward? His uncle told his nephew, you're yelling when you don't know anything. You even forgot who you are. What's the point of learning swordplay? Isn't it better to live quietly? His nephew's mood hit rock bottom. I'll never live like you. What are you doing with that old creep? Ever since you got with that trash, you changed. His nephew stormed off after confronting his aunt, leaving his uncle heartbroken. The nephew who used to beg for hugs was suddenly gone. But that was okay. As long as he was safe. Even if he hates me, it's fine. I'm just a useless adult anyway. Little do you know, secrets never last forever. His nephew found the wife contract. He couldn't believe what was in it. He went to find his uncle for answer. The moment he opened the door, he saw his uncle dealing with the man. His nephew was horrified. What was his uncle doing? His uncle liked the man's tea. His nephew heard him a lot. His uncle left his nephew. Then he really went to find the man. Did you calm the kid down? Don't look so miserable. He was bound to find out eventually. Try the tea I made for you. It'll help you relax. His uncle didn't know if it helped. He just felt dizzy, like a fog was in his head. He just wanted to check on his nephew. But the man made him drink another cup. In the end, no one knew how much his uncle drank. When he saw his nephew, he tried to explain. The man told his nephew it was true. His uncle's head was splitting. He hadn't slept in days. He just craved the man's tea. It was the only thing that helped his insomnia. So his uncle followed the man again. A broken blade is more obedient, after all. If you want more tea, say what I taught you. His nephew heard his uncle calling out outside the door. The sound of him calling the man broke his heart. Tears ran down his face. He really was lonely. Spring, summer, fall, winter, snow brought. You're seeing that old man hanging around with him every day, not hiding your disgrace at all. Now I know why grandfather was so strict to you. If he let you be even a little, you'd go out and seduce anyone. He was protecting the family name by keeping you in check. His uncle begged his nephew to stop, which his nephew called his uncle a shameless nut. Then he turned and left. His uncle asked where he was going. His nephew said he wouldn't waste time in a filthy place. His uncle tried to reason with him about his father and dad, but his nephew told his uncle not to mention his family. A shameless man doesn't deserve to. From today on, you're no longer my uncle. This time his nephew really left, ignoring his uncle's desperate cries. His uncle didn't know what to do. His nephew was taking his uncle's only reason to live. His uncle married the man but missed his nephew. The man said it's better to be a fool than live aware. Well, his nephew left his uncle. His uncle begged the man to search for them, but there was still no need. He wanted the man to ask the palace soldier, but the man told him his nephew was a grown man now. No news meant he was safe. But his uncle panicked even more. His nephew looked just like his father. If soldiers recognized him, it'd be terrible. The man agreed. I'm already asking around. In exchange, you stay home like a good boy. His uncle had no choice but to kneel before the man. He begged him to find his nephew. As long as he brought him back, this concubine would do anything. His uncle thought about running away. He'd leave the country once he found his nephew. But he worried he couldn't find him alone. In the end, he could only wait. But the man suddenly appeared. He asked what his uncle was thinking. You look lost. Are you hungry? That night, the man served his uncle tea again. His uncle cried tears of satisfaction after. On the dark night, perfect for dirty deeds, the man gave a warrior a large bag of money. The warrior asked if finding a kid was worth it. The man said it wasn't just about finding. Once you find him, cut off his tongue and limbs and bring him back. If he fights back, just kill him. The warrior didn't expect the man to be so ruthless. Like your song. The man said that's why he can't leak. The assassin didn't get it, but he felt sorry for the widow inside. His uncle waited. Year after, his uncle's health got worse. The man asked if he really missed his nephew. He was wasting away. His uncle said yeah. He had to find Yanwu. He enjoyed everything for his nephew. Once he found him, he'd give him to Yisha. He was too filthy to raise him. The man told his uncle to stop over. How can my bride be out of it on our wedding day? His uncle wanted to ask whose wedding, but his head suddenly hurt. The man helped his uncle up. The tea was ready. He'd even decorate the room with his uncle's favorite things. Soon his uncle was in wedding clothes. He imagined his nephew coming with a woman. His uncle wanted so badly to see his grown. He wondered if he'd been bullied out there. The man told his uncle not to cry or be sad. Better to be a fool than live in pain. His nephew killed the man for cash, but he abused his uncle with filth. The man told his uncle to